Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin tonight's service, our memorial candle will be lit in remembrance of our honorees and remain lit throughout this evening's ceremony. Lighting the candle, Amanda Daniels, Flight Paramedic, Lifesaver 4, Sylacauga, Alabama. And Eileen Frazier, Executive Director of the Commission on Accreditation of Medical Transport Programs, Anderson, South Carolina. And Joseph House, Executive Director of the Kansas Board of EMS, and Board President, National Association of State EMS Officials, Topeka, Kansas. Welcome to the National EMS Memorial Service. Please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the presentation of colors, Pledge of Allegiance, and our national anthem.
Good evening. My name is Gary Dalton, and I'm from Woodstock, Virginia. Welcome, everyone. Today, July the 20th, 55 years ago, man landed on the moon. I stood on a stage much shorter than this in a church that I still attend to receive my eagle as a Boy Scout. The Boy Scouts taught me to be trustworthy and loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. That very day, I went up and applied for membership to the Woodstock Volunteer Rescue Squad 55 years ago today. The Holy Spirit works in many different ways. We recognize that and respect that many faiths and beliefs are represented tonight. I ask for you to pray from your faith as I pray with you from mine. A prayer is a communication. This communication was put down on paper 32 years ago after the first memorial service. I'd like to read it to you. A call for help. A need is felt, and they responded. What would it mean? It's not a dream. It's what they wanted. Volunteer or paid, willing or made, it does not matter. A job to be done, not for fun, glitter, or glamour. And I know their memory will last forever. They gave their lives. The ultimate sacrifice. A bird in flight cannot fall in the night without God knowing. And if someone should fall while giving their all, His love is bestowing. To give your life, to stop human strife, there is no greater love. There is a place, by God's grace, for them in heaven above. And I know their memory will last forever. They gave their lives, the ultimate sacrifice. Now here we stand with one regret. They never said goodbye. They left one day with a price to pay. Why did they have to die? On the tree is a leaf, and on the leaf is a name of someone we love so much. If we had one prayer, it would be for one last touch. and I know their memory will last forever. They gave their lives. It's the ultimate sacrifice. Dear God, you give us many things. Thank you for our possessions, our time, and ourselves. They're all signs of your gracious love. Help us to remember. Help us to hold. Help us to be what you need us to be to serve our fellow man. The individuals that we immortalized tonight gave such a gift, a promise, a prayer. We ask you to hold us in the palm of your hand, and may all the glory be given to your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we respectfully ask that you render the appropriate hand salute as we pledge allegiance to the symbol of our nation and our freedom. For those not in uniform and who are not military veterans, the appropriate salute is to place your right hand over your heart. Following the pledge, please continue your salute during our national anthem.
Please join me in the recitation of our National Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, President of the National EMS Memorial Service, Mr. Scott Davis.
Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Directors, welcome to the 2024 National EMS Memorial Service. This evening, we will be bestowing the nation's highest honor on 36 of our fallen EMS professionals. We exist as a board and a group to honor our fallen and to support the families and EMS colleagues left behind. We recognize that memorials are an important part of healing, and it is our sincere hope that this evening helps in that process. On behalf of the organization, the organizers, and the volunteers, I would like to express our deepest condolences to the families and the colleagues of those we will honor here this evening. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Director of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's Office of EMS, Mr. Gamanu Wijaytonga.
Welcome everyone to the 2024 National EMS Memorial Service. It was quite a beautiful opening ceremony. My name is Gam. I'm Director of the Office of Emergency Medical Services at the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration in Washington, D.C. I want to welcome you on behalf of the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, as well as our federal partner agencies on the Federal Interagency Committee on EMS, where we share the calling of EMS. Many of us are longtime EMS clinicians. It's our life's calling, and every day we seek to honor the lives and memory of the fallen and do all we can for our patients and fellow clinicians. On behalf of the Secretary and our interagency partners, I want to thank the friends and family of the fallen for traveling here this weekend to honor their sacrifice, their service, and the countless lives they touched in their communities. As we celebrate the lives of the 36 honorees this evening, I want to assure you that your federal partners pay close attention to the risks and dangers faced by EMS clinicians across the country, and we seek to learn from and improve the working conditions of our fellow clinicians by embracing a people-centered culture of safety. We honor 36 fallen today, honorees who served their communities and brought comfort to countless people facing the most difficult moments of their lives. Whether from a crash or a heart attack or sometimes someone just needing solace and comfort, there is no higher calling or more noble profession. Truly, our honorees represent the best of our nation. For the families and friends of the fallen, words may not ease the pain of your loss, but know your loved ones will always be remembered for the lives they lived and their service to their communities and fellow man. Your nation is eternally grateful and thanks you for honoring them. I want to close by reading a quote from the President of the United States. Every day across our country, paramedics, EMTs, 911 dispatchers, and other first responders rush to fellow Americans' aid with compassion and life-saving strength. The pandemic made every American aware of the absolute courage and incredible sacrifices made by EMS providers nationwide. They've had to work longer hours, taking on new roles and new risks, often at great personal cost. Whether braving a deadly virus, rushing to save victims of gun violence, enduring dangerous natural disasters, or simply supporting people at the most vulnerable moments of their lives. We owe them. We have a duty to care for those who care for us. Saving lives is not just what tireless EMS providers do, it is who they are. They are the steel spine of our nation, and they give each of us the peace of mind of knowing that someone will be there to catch us if we fall. Thank you again.
Ladies and gentlemen, National EMS Memorial Service Director and Treasurer, Mr. Tom Liebman.
Honors team to join me on stage. It is important that we remember those we lost serving others in the profession of emergency medical services. Our work at the National EMS Memorial Service is to honor those we lost and remember who they were and the sacrifice they made while lifting up their families, friends, and colleagues after suffering unimaginable loss. Moving Honors was started 4 years ago to transport the Tree of Life from where it is created in Crum, Texas, to the Weekend of Honor and the National EMS Memorial Service. This year, our legacy sponsor, Global Medical Response, furnished us with an ambulance, a chase vehicle, and an amazing team to travel across the country. The American Ambulance Association and the Association of Air Medical Services helped foster air and ground support along the route. The American Ambulance Association also provided a key staff member to join the team as they made their way across the country. For their support, I thank Global Medical Response, the American Ambulance Association, and the Association of Air Medical Services. A moving honors ceremony was held in Alaska and Hawaii just prior to the start of their journey across the contiguous United States. On July 5th in Seattle, Washington, Megan Haverkamp, Chief Ted E. Bear, Greg White, Andrew Rennie, and Ben Mergendahl started the journey. Along the way, Jackie Evans and Arlene McKinney joined the team. With this year's Tree of Life Memorial safely stored in the ambulance, they traveled more than 5,000 miles through 18 states and 22 stops. During their journey, they gathered notes of honor, messages of hope for the families of our honorees. These messages have been on display for all to read during this Weekend of Honor. Their journey and each stop along the way allowed others from across the nation to pause, reflect, and remember the sacrifice made by our honorees and their family, friends, and colleagues. This team who traveled the route will tell you the profound impact it made on them, seeing the outpouring of love, affection, support, and remembrance. The outpouring of love occurred not only at each stop, but literally along the way of their route. We are about to play a video that captures their journey across the nation. I think you will see that your loved ones were honored and will always be remembered.
We are here to honor these courageous individuals who demonstrated unwavering dedication to protecting and saving lives.
This is a day that's pretty heartfelt and profound for us in remembering those that made the ultimate sacrifice. So today we honor 36 of those individuals. Please take a moment to remember those that, again, have made that ultimate sacrifice.
You were there to pick me up and tell me I was good enough. It doesn't matter what I've done, you pull me closer. Highs and lows and in-betweens, you're the one that's there for me. When I hurt and when I bleed, you make it better. You make it better. You will always be. You will always be the one that I can call. The safest place to fall. I can't stand when I can't stand. You always find the best in me. The time is hiding underneath every insecurity that I can't cover. I can leave them at the door. You never need me to be more. I am the fire of yours, and I am yours now. I am yours now. You will always be. You will always be the one that I can call. The safest place to fall.
During a very powerful service, EMS members and their families gathered to remember the 36 that died.
We are very grateful that they chose Reno as a stop for the moving honors for the EMS Memorial. Overall, it's just a great remembrance for all of the people who were lost in the line of duty.
The National EMS Memorial Service is the highest honor for EMS workers who die in the line of duty.
This National EMS Memorial Service and having the Tree of Life and the names engraved, this year's tree is set up with all the other trees in the past 31 years. And that's a way to say we're never going to forget their sacrifice that they gave. Whether you're responding in an ambulance or an aircraft, it's an incredibly challenging job, and it takes a special person to be an EMT or a paramedic and answer that call.
After the service in Reno, the National EMS Memorial Service headed to Elko for another tribute day.
My name is Krista Hording. I'm the Deputy Chief at Spanish Fork Fire and EMS, and I just want to thank you all for coming to this great day where we're going to honor the National EMS Memorial Service.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for hosting us and recognizing and celebrating the lives of those EMS personnel that paid the ultimate sacrifice. By being here today, you help honor those lost loved ones. We are honored to be a part of something so big and moving. To the families, your loved ones are not forgotten, and we wrap our arms around you and are always here for you.
Take a look at this, a large procession to honor the fallen.
The National EMS Memorial Service procession stopping in Arvada today, and this was to pay tribute to the men and women who died in the last 2 years. The ceremony held just outside of the AMR local headquarters this afternoon. The 36 names of fallen first responders from 2023 and 2022 read out loud, followed by a moment of silence to honor their memories. Air Life and Flight for Life helicopters were present, as well as crews and vehicles representing 6 local ambulance agencies. The procession is on a cross-country tour that will be ending in Arlington, Virginia.
You were there to pick me up and tell me I was good enough. It doesn't matter what I've done, you pull me closer. Highs and lows and in-betweens, you're the one that's there for me. When I hurt and when I bleed, you make it better. You make it better. You will always be. You will always be the one that I can call.
Each oak leaf is a reminder that responding to someone's worst day and making a difference is not without risk. When the 2024 Tree of Life is unveiled in Arlington, Virginia during the Weekend of Honor, each attendee can read the name on each oak leaf and remember their sacrifice and the sacrifice made by their friends and family.
You were there to pick me up and tell me I was good enough. It doesn't matter what I've done, you pull me closer. Highs and lows and in-betweens, you're the one that's there for me. When I hurt and when I bleed, you make it better. You make it better. You will always be. You will always be the one that I can call. Safest place to fall for me when I can't stand. When I can't stand. You always find the best in me. Time is hiding underneath every insecurity that I can't cover. I can leave them at the door. You never need me to be more than who I am if I am yours. And I am yours now. I am yours now. You will always be. You will always be the one that I can call. The safest place to fall for me. You will always be. You will always be the one that I can call. The safest place to fall for me when I can't stand.
When you feel a little lost now, don't remember who you are now. You can run into my arms. can fall on me. I ain't ever gonna leave you, so don't keep another secret. Oh, your tears are a weakness. You can fall, you can
Dozens
fall
of
on
emergency vehicles of all types, first responders and community leaders, all gathering this morning at Brittlebank Park in downtown Charleston to pay tribute to the nation's fallen EMS professionals. 36 fallen EMS professionals honored today. It's all part of the National EMS Memorial Service Moving Honors that's stopping in multiple cities this month, from Seattle, Washington, all the way to Arlington, Virginia. While this memorial travels across the nation to remind us of these heroes, we look forward to the day when a permanent EMS memorial is established, providing a dedicated space for family and friends and colleagues to honor and remember the remarkable sacrifices made by EMS providers every day. Moving Honors will stop in 18 different states for similar memorial services this summer.
Responders are being honored in the Queen City. The National EMS Memorial Service procession made its way through the area today. The procession honors 36 EMS heroes who have been lost in the line of duty over the last year. The procession is on its way to the National EMS Memorial Service in Arlington, Virginia later this month.
Ladies and gentlemen, Director of the Pre-Hospital Care Research Forum at UCLA, and paramedic, Allina Health EMS in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Chair of the International Paramedic Registry, Mr. Dave Page.
Good evening. Thank you to the National EMS Memorial Service, to its board, to all the volunteers who make this weekend possible. It is an honor to have the opportunity to be here with you. This weekend is critical to help us come together to grieve, to celebrate, to process, and be inspired to do better. To the families of the honorees, first, my condolences. I pray that you will find some comfort in these thoughts. I will be brief, I promise. I've been an EMS provider for 39 years and have been coming to these memorial services for 21. Riding my bicycle during the EMS Memorial bicycle rides, each year adding more names to the trees of life. It has never been easy to be here, to make sense of our losses, nor probably should it be easy. The men and women we honor each year shine a light on the dangers of this profession and the selfless and sometimes senseless tragedies that we endure. Commitment, service, sacrifice. This gathering and tribute have always helped me make meaning of it all. Meeting new friends, all of us going through this journey together. And I hope that will be the same for you this weekend. Full disclosure, I was one of the sweaty mammals, that's middle-aged males and females in Lycra, that biked in. You saw us come into the garage yesterday, and I'm proud to say I'm a founding member of the bike ride organization. We ride to remember visiting families and carrying dog tags and telling stories on multi-day rides across the country. And people ask, why would you do that? Well, we pedal with our hearts heavy. We shed many tears, but the truth is that our legs feel light. And those miles just melt away thinking about our honorees. Those amazing EMS providers whose deeds and sacrifices are so great that our earthly pains really do not matter. It is the fallen who lift us up with their wings and make those miles seemingly fly away. One rider, a friend, then an honoree, Tom, before his death, he told me to look for him in the sky as he would be a bird that would fly over us, watching for us and watching over us. And I think of him every time I see a bird, and then I say the names of all of the fallen that I can remember. I do carry a cheat sheet. On my first journey to the National Memorial, I came to experience the unconditional love that pours from all of our collective emergency services family. In simply talking, breaking bread, sharing stories with the loved ones and the members at each one of the stations, we remember them and we forget ourselves. Now, I did say family, so maybe I need to explain the concept of family here, because there's a family of origin, and that's our blood, our kin. Then there's a family that we pick, like our spouse and our kids. And then there's our chosen career family, our other EMS family. My wife Liz often says that our boys and she share me with that other family. Let's be honest, that family sometimes is a little bit dysfunctional, that EMS family. And it's got questionable humor. I met Tony Watson yesterday. Where are you, Tony? Raise your hand for me. The Colonel, there he is. I want everybody to know that's the Colonel right there. He's a new member of my family because he came here to celebrate Skip, his partner. Here comes the questionable humor part, so bear with me. It will be PG. Skip, Stephen Skipton, is one of our honorees this year from Camden, New Jersey, and I carried with me his dog tags, or rather, he carried me on his wings while I biked yesterday. I have Skip's dog tags for you, Jennifer, so I'll see you out there afterwards. And I asked Tony to tell me a story about Skip. I needed material, humorous material for tonight, and he said, "Oh, Skip, I could tell you stories." Questionable humor here. The really funny part is that it kind of rained assailants on us. All right. Well, apparently Tony and Skip were working their shift in Camden. There's a police chase. They're chasing a very bad guy, and They're ready to take care of anybody that gets hurt, and they're watching the police go back and forth, and they lost track of where he is, and then, thud. They look up. There's the guy. He'd been running across a bridge, jumped off, and landed on the ambulance. See, you are part of the EMS family. You thought that was funny. I was worried that this, would fall kind of on a flat joke because, the members of the public are like, what? But I digress. Let's get back to our EMS family of choice, a choice that is so strong. It is a bond that is cemented by repeated service, answering the call of duty at any hour, any day, anywhere, regardless of weather or danger. And this bond is intensified by the risks that we're willing to take to care for our communities, regardless of pay or reward. A great sacrifice made by all of us, including our families. We, all of us here, we all make up this family. You, the families of origin, are the network of support that see us at our most vulnerable and rare state. You put us back together when we come back from hard calls, long hours, missed meals, missed school functions, missed holiday events. But we share a passion to care for the community. And it is us together that save lives. We are family. Regardless of how it may feel right now, the person in front of you, the person sitting behind you, though you may not know them, is here ready to love and support you. It is unconditional love. It is what makes us a family. In this moment, we choose to remember and celebrate the lives of these honorees. They live forever in our hearts. Their light shines bright. As they look over us, their light is like a candle that flickers and dances and shows us a path forward. It is our memory of the times with them, an echo, if you will, a small ripple along a calm lake, an echo brought by a light wind that pops out of nowhere when we need it the most and expect it the least, bringing us a joyful memory of a shared experience, reigniting us and connecting us to the love we have for them. People say we stand on the shoulder of giants, and these are giants, our honorees. They are shining examples of service and sacrifice. They inspire us to emulate and continue the work they started here while we're still on earth. Today, we are lifted by their wings and guided by their light. Peace be with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting during tonight's ceremony, Barry Hoke, paramedic retired, Sussex County EMS Honor Guard, Georgetown, Delaware. Keith Wilkin, Operations Supervisor, Center for EMS, Northwell Health, New Hyde Park, New York. Chris Ingram, Captain, Reno Fire Department, Reno, Nevada. Deb Cardoza, Communications Supervisor, American Medical Response, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Antonio Oteviani, critical care paramedic and board member for Paul Foundation, Dalhart, Texas. James Scooter Green, flight paramedic, base supervisor, PHI Air Medical Honor Guard, Bastrop, Texas. Nigel Masters, operations officer, Minnesota EMS Honor Guard, Forest Lake, Minnesota. Richard Bernstein, paramedic crew chief, Ross Westview EMS Authority, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Beginning the roll call of honorees. Paramedic Brian Sorello, board member of the International College of Advanced Practice Paramedics, and operations director, Erlanger Health, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Ronald Adams, emergency medical technician, Elliott County EMS, Sandy Hook, Kentucky. Last call, March the 12th, 2024. Accepting Ruby Adams, wife, Christian Adams, son, Joshua Adams, son. Joseph Joe Back, Assistant Chief, Emergency Medical Technician, Whitesburg Fire Department, Whitesburg, Kentucky. Last call, October 30th, 2023. Accepting Leah Back, wife, Matthew Back, son. Justin Burleth, Emergency Medical Technician, Nature Coast EMS, Lecanto, Florida. Last call, August the 9th, 2021. Accepting Teresa Burleth, sister, James Burleth, father. Andres Bateo, Victoria, Emergency Medical Technician, Victorious Care Ambulance, Laredo, Texas. Last call, November 8th, 2023. Accepting J. Cepeda, friend. Peter Boucher, paramedic, Fire Department, City of New York EMS, Brooklyn, New York. Last call, February 23rd, 2023. Accepting Mary Ann Boucher, wife, Kathy Hamill, sister-in-law, Dave Hamill, brother-in-law, Danielle Dubois, friend. Jose Cepeda, Emergency Medical Technician, Victorious Care Ambulance, Laredo, Texas. Last call, November 8th, 2023. Accepting Norma Cepeda, mother, Jaden Cepeda, brother, Norma Gonzalez, sister, Diego Gonzalez, nephew, Aaliyah Gonzalez, niece, Diego Gonzalez, brother-in-law.
Continuing the roll call of honorees, Mr. Lars Granholm, Board President of the National EMS Memorial Bike Ride, and Paramedic District Supervisor, Sussex County EMS, Millsboro, Delaware.
Leonard Coney, Firefighter, Emergency Medical Technician, Shreveport Fire Department, Shreveport, Louisiana. Last call, January 6, 2021. Accepting the National EMS Memorial Service Honor Guard. John Crow, Emergency Medical Technician, Acadian Ambulance Service, Pascagoula, Mississippi. Last call, January 1st, 2023. Accepting Mississippi EMS Memorial Honor Guard. Paul Daniels, paramedic, Fire Department, City of New York, Brooklyn, New York. Last call, March 14th, 2023. Accepting, Shamel Hightower and Marissa Phoenix. Andrew Enderis, paramedic, Fire Department, City of New York, Brooklyn, New York. Last call, August 31st, 2023. Accepting, colleague Rich Alicia and colleague Ming Zi Wu. Thomas Evans, paramedic, Newtown EMS, Newtown, Pennsylvania. Last call, October 16th, 2023. Accepting, wife Carol, son Bill, grandson Roman, granddaughter London, and daughter-in-law Kate. Ryan Foster, paramedic, Jackson County EMS, Oak Hill, Ohio. Last call, December 6, 2022. Accepting, wife Ashley, son Weston, son Quincy, father Larry, and mother Peggy.
Continuing the roll call of honorees. Mr. Jim Hauser, Board President, Association of Aeromedical Services, and President, Center for Emergency Medicine of Western Pennsylvania.
Marcus Mark Gann, EMS pilot, Lifesaver, Chelsea, Alabama. Last call, April 2nd, 2023. Accepting, Brenda Gann, spouse. Greg Gelsinger, critical care paramedic, Tower Health, Honeybrook, Pennsylvania. Last call, November 14th, 2020. Accepting, Sam Gelsinger, daughter, David Osborne, Kira Snyder, Sonia Lamnin. Stephen Hayes, paramedic, medic, Mecklenburg EMS Agency, Charlotte, North Carolina. Last call, May 13th, 2023. Accepting, Taryn Hayes, spouse. Children, Jackson, Lydia, Colton, Caden. Terracin Jackson, Battalion Chief, Paramedic, Broward County Sheriff's Office, Department of Fire Rescue, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Last call, August 28th, 2023. Accepting, Deanna Miranda, fiance, Chief Keefe, Captain Guillaume. Timothy Johnson, Fire Chief, Emergency Medical Technician, Pleasant Volunteer Fire Department, Warren, Pennsylvania. Last call, October 16th, 2023. Accepting, Emily Jameson, daughter, Shane Jameson, son-in-law. Candace Kritz, Paramedic Operations Manager, American Medical Response, Pierre, South Dakota. Last call, August 11th, 2022. Accepting, Jeremy Markham, American Medical Response, the National EMS Memorial Service Honor Guard.
Continuing the roll call of honorees. Mr. Michael Caduce, West Coast Region Director, National Association of EMTs, and Director, Falk Health Institute, Falk Ambulance, Los Angeles, California.
Matthew Madigan, Emergency Medical Technician, Superior Air Ground Ambulance Service, Detroit, Michigan. Last call, April 2nd, 2023. Accepting, Jane Pate, aunt, Sean Pate, cousin, and Dustin Hawley, Superior General Manager. Connor Mandeville Rakers, Emergency Medical Technician. Leroy Emergency Ambulance Service, Leroy, Illinois. Last call, September 6th, 2023. Accepting Brittany Sigmund, fiance, and Ryan Lamberson, brother-in-law and coworker. Mac McCann Jr., paramedic, AAA Ambulance Service, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Last call, September 15th, 2020. Accepting LaTroy Taylor, brother. J. Miles, Emergency Medical Technician, Upper Perioakman Valley Ambulance, Pennsburg, Pennsylvania. Last call, April 4th, 2023. Accepting Amanda, daughter, Luca, grandson, and Adeline, granddaughter. Kimber Nizat, Emergency Medical Responder, Acadian Ambulance, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Last call, June 27th, 2023. Accepting Benin Nizat, husband, Angela Clapper, mother, Jade Clapper, sister. Nahit Atif Oral, Emergency Medical Technician and Firefighter, Community Volunteer Fire Department, Houston, Texas. Last call, March 9th, 2023. Accepting the National EMS Memorial Service Honor Guard.
Continuing the roll call of honorees. Ms. Sherry Lee Pepping, Board President, Association of Critical Care Transport, and Executive Director, Critical Care, Superior Air Ground Ambulance, Elmhurst, Illinois.
Robbie Pearson, Paramedic, Pafford Emergency Medical Services, Union, Mississippi. Last call, September 17th, 2021. Accepting, Chris Pearson, son. Mary Katie Pipkins, Emergency Medical Technician. ASAP Emergency Medical Service, Laurel, Mississippi. Last call, December 30th, 2023. Accepting, Lisa, mother. Cassie, sister. Brody, nephew. Chris, brother-in-law. Rusty, colleague. Connor, colleague. Jonathan, colleague. Edward Percola, flight nurse. Remza Care Flight, Reno, Nevada. Last call, February 24th, 2023. Accepting, Lauren Percola, spouse. Riley Drew, daughter. Everett, son. David Gilliland, father-in-law. Patricia Gilliland, mother-in-law. Samuel Adam Russell, lifesaver, Chelsea, Alabama. Last call, 4/2/2023. Accepting Robin, mother, Rachel, sister. Patricia Scaduto, Emergency Medical Technician, Fire Department, City of New York, EMS. Last call, January 2nd, 2023. Accepting Joanne, sister, Andrew, nephew, Chief Roberto Colon, and his wife, Joanne. Tony Simpson, Emergency Medical Technician, American Medical Response, Maui, Hawaii. Last call, August 8th, 2023. Accepting Nova, sister, Tim, brother. Also honoring their son, Jackie and Tom Simpson, Jackson, his nephew, Kate and Natalie, friends.
Continuing the roll call of honorees. Randy Strozik, Board President, American Ambulance Association, and Senior Vice President of Operations, Global Medical Response, Seattle, Washington.
Stephen Skipton, Emergency Medical Technician, University EMS, and City of Camden, Camden, New Jersey. Last call, August 23rd, 2014. Accepting his wife Jennifer, Stephen Jr.'s son, Christina, daughter-in-law, Hadley, granddaughter, daughters Isabella and Marissa, his mother Bertha, Tracy, sister, Anna Mae, aunt, and Delaney, niece. Hilda Venata, Emergency Medical Technician, Fire Department, City of New York. Last call, September 20th, 2023. Accepting her husband John, Andy's son, Ava's sister, John nephew, and friends Catherine and Lucy. Scott Walton, EMS pilot, REMSA Care Flight. Last call, February 24th, 2023. Accepting Lisa Walton, wife, daughters Samantha, Emily, and Anna, father John Walton, Malin Walton, mother, and John Walton, brother. Elizabeth Watkins, Emergency Medical Technician, Southern Paramedic Service, Brindley, Arkansas. Last call, January 10th, 2023. Accepting the National EMS Memorial Service Honor Guard. Ryan Watson, Flight Paramedic, REMSA Care Flight, Reno, Nevada. Last call, February 24th, 2023. Accepting Barry Duplantis, CEO, REMSA, Elizabeth Davis, Supervisor, and Vanessa Coyle, Director. Our final honoree this evening, Michael Wilcox Jr., Emergency Medical Technician, Stark County EMS, Knox, Indiana. Last call, August 5th, 2023, accepting his wife Tiffany, Andrew Wilcox, his son, and Jim Gardner, Director.
Attention all units operating on this frequency. In conjunction with the National EMS Memorial Service now occurring, this agency will observe a moment of radio silence in honor of those members of our nation's emergency medical services who have made the ultimate sacrifice and given their lives in the line of duty. Please stand by unless you have an emergency. This concludes our moment of silence. Thank you. Please resume normal radio traffic.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the retirement of the colors. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, Director and immediate past president of the National EMS Memorial Service, Ms. Jana Williams.
As we near the end of tonight's service, we offer our most heartfelt condolences and our deepest respect to the families of our honorees and their EMS colleagues. It is our sincere desire that our tributes are helpful and healing. For the past several years, we have shared this simple reflection by Richard Attenborough. There is a light in this world, a healing spirit more powerful than any darkness we may encounter. We sometimes lose sight of this force when there is suffering and too much pain. Then suddenly, the spirit will emerge through the lives of ordinary people who hear a call and answer in extraordinary ways. I continue to assert that there has never been a more defining time to recognize the commitment, service, and sacrifice of those in EMS as there is right now. EMS has increasingly become America's safety net for healthcare. In our most vulnerable times, EMS responds. When someone says, "I'm having chest pain," when someone else is drowning, when the towers fell, when the pandemic hit, when someone whispered, "Help, I can't get up," and when someone screamed, "Please hurry, my child is not breathing." EMS responders across the globe hear those calls every day and answer in extraordinary ways. There is no question, then, that the 36 souls we honor here this weekend gave even beyond that. Clearly, they deserve our highest honors in EMS this country can bestow, and beyond that, we commit to always remember them. We recognize memorials are an important part of healing. We also recognize that not all can attend tonight's service in person. Many have joined us tonight watching via live stream. Some will watch tonight's service via YouTube at a later time when they are ready. Still others were able to stop and pay tribute even for a moment during the moving honors procession that made its way across the country. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of people who make all of this possible. Our many donors and volunteers give time, talent, and treasure, all to honor and to demonstrate that we will always remember. I'd like to thank them again for their extraordinary ways that they make our tributes possible. The candle here on this stage was lit in honor tonight of our 36 souls. It also shines for all previous honorees, symbolizing the light that each of them brought to others during the darkest of times. Saint Francis of Assisi once said, "All of the darkness in the world cannot extinguish the light from a single candle." And so it is in this spirit that I invite our Honor Guard members and returning survivors to come forward and in one final tribute, help brighten the sky in honor of our fallen.
There is a candle in every soul, some brightly burning and some dark and cold. And there is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle and makes his home. Carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the helpless, confused and torn, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. frustrated brother. See how he's tried to light his own candle some other way. See now your sister, she's been robbed and lied to, still holds a candle without a flame. So carry your candle and run to the darkness. Seek out the lonely, the tired and worn, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. Hey now, 'cause we are a family whose hearts are blazing. So let's raise our candles and light up the sky, praying to our Father in the name of Jesus. Make us a beacon in darkest times. Carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, deceived and poor, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle, go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. To the darkness, seek out the confusing. Hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle. And go light your world. Hey now, na 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 na. Hey now, na 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 na. Hey now, na 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 na. Hey now, hey now.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the National EMS Memorial Service. This concludes our ceremony. We invite you now to join us in the atrium for a reception. We also ask that you deposit your candle in the receptacle as you exit the ballroom. And we remind family escorts to exit right and go to the Washington room to the right as you exit to pick up an important item for your honorees' family.